King Charles is taking it all in his stride despite a turbulent start to his reign which has seen Prime Minister Liz Truss beset by troubles, former Minister and MP Ann Widdecombe has said. But the former Tory minister, who has met the monarch on several occasions and who describes him as a near contemporary, said he could nevertheless be forgiven for wondering who would be in Downing Street on the day of his coronation on May 6. Ms. Truss was appointed by Queen Elizabeth II just 2 days before her death at Balmoral Castle in Scotland on September 8. Barely a fortnight later, Ms. Truss's premiership hit the skids, with Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng's mini-budget, including proposals to cut the top rate of income tax from 45% to 40%, widely blamed for spooking the financial markets, pushing up interest rates and devaluing the pound. Ms. Truss responded by sacking Mr. Kwarteng on Friday and replacing him with Jeremy Hunt, who told the Commons on Monday he was scrapping almost all of the tax reforms set out by Mr. Kwarteng on September 23. King Charles raised eyebrows on Thursday when Ms. Truss arrived for her first weekly audience with him at Buckingham Palace, remarking, "So you've come back again? Dear oh dear." However, far from interpreting his comment as any kind of criticism, Ms. Widdecombe suggested it was actually an indication that the king had a sense of perspective about the whole situation. She told Express. "Go. UK, I think he's taking it all in his stride really. He will have seen many changes in his life, as we all know." Just in, King Charles III's funny response when schoolgirl asks his age. "Charles and I are almost contemporaries. He's 2 years younger than me and I've met him several times. And we've seen it all. We saw the 1970s, we saw Margaret Thatcher get into problems, which we all tend to forget, and we saw that you can get out of problems as well. And we saw the poll tax riots and we saw Black Wednesday. We've seen all the things that can go wrong. And I think Charles at the moment is probably just raising his eyebrows and wondering who on earth will be the PM at his coronation." A Snaps of Intercomre's poll published today suggested it might not be the current occupant of number 10. The survey, based on interviews with 1,126 UK adults aged 18 and over yesterday, October 17, suggested 67% of those asked believed Tory MPs should try and replace Ms. Truss as Prime Minister. In addition, 65% felt Ms. Truss would not be able to regain the trust of her own party, while 51% believed Mr. Hunt was more in charge of the government's economic policy than she was. A majority, 56%, believed Ms. Truss would not be the leader of the Conservative Party by the end of the year. Commenting, Chris Hopkins, political research director at Intercomre's, said, "Hunt's intervention may have done a little to quell the markets. But the public are more split on whether the mini-budget U-turn gives them more or less confidence in the UK's economy. The public perception of Hunt is that he's in the driver's seat, steering UK government policy, and swirling rumours that Truss will be imminently removed by Conservative MPs, supported by the public in this poll, will do nothing but fan those flames." Speaking to the BBC's Chris Mason yesterday, Ms. Truss said, "I do want to accept responsibility and say sorry for the mistakes that have been made. I wanted to act to help people with their energy bills, to deal